with Georgia State men's golf coach Joe Inman as the Panthers prepare for the 2017 Sun Belt Conference Championship. Coach, obviously last year down in Destin, things went well for the first couple days. You guys won the stroke play portion of the tournament, but came up a little bit short in the match play. How much of the guys use that as motivation going into this year, really the whole year, but as well as the conference tournament?
It's just been so big for Alex, for all of them, to see that there's a difference when you put a little bit of pressure in. We just watched the Masters, and you see what happens to four-footers when there's a little bit of pressure. And so learning how to play when your stomach's a little queasy and you get unsure, we've been working on that all year.
How much does it help you and the team knowing the course so well? Obviously, this will be, I think, the third year that you guys have been down there. Obviously, for Max and Alex, it'll be the third straight time playing it. Does that give you guys a little bit of an advantage?
Well, I mean, Troy has 4 seniors, so they've been there 3 times, and they won last year. So all the teams have seen it. So I don't know that that's really much of an advantage for anybody. We're going to take 2 freshmen extra to let them see and experience it so they know they don't have exams those days. So we've cleared that up. And it is important that you know the thing, but all of them know it. So now it's going to be who can play when they want to play. You know, everybody, there are a lot of people, as Phil Negro said, anybody can pitch in the bullpen, okay? So when you get on the course, who can play when you want to play? And we're going to find out who can do that.
After struggling for the early part of the year, Max Herman's really come on strong for you, especially the last 3 tournaments, which will kind of lead into my next question. But just talk about his play as of late and what it's mean to the team down the stretch.
It's just been fantastic. I mean, Max has... We just watched the NCAA March Madness. We watched them play basketball, run up and down, and it's the same kind of thing. On that court in March Madness, we saw a lot of great athletes, but some of them weren't great basketball players, okay? And that's the way Max and Alex are. They're great athletes. They're trying to learn how to be great golfers, and there's a difference. The art of playing basketball, the art of playing golf, the art of playing tennis, and all these sports, it's great to start as a great athlete. But you've got to learn the art, and that's what Max is trying to do, learn how to be decisive.
When you sat down just over a year ago to do the schedule, obviously you always want the team to be playing their best golf in March and obviously into April in the conference championship. You set the schedule where arguably your 3 toughest tournaments were right here before the conference championship. You guys have performed extremely well in those events the last few weeks. How much has that helped you as you guys get ready for postseason play?
Well, it's great to test yourself against the big schools, against the names, you know, the ones that have the pedigree, the ones that are ranked in the top 25. We all in the Sun Belt aspire to that. Each one of us has our problems with money, with facilities, so each one of us has a different set of problems. So you're trying to find a way to get your players who weren't as highly recruited as at the big schools to believe in themselves and to keep getting better. And that's the goal of every team. All the coaches are working the same thing, trying to get their players playing their best. Because in effect, your whole year comes down to 3 days in May for the region. If you've played well, you get to region. And for the number 1 team or the number 60 team, how you do in those 3 days determines whether you get to the finals. So you want to be peaking and going into the region conference first and then region playing well.
Final question for you. Obviously, what would it mean to win another conference championship and then get back to NCAA regional play? Hopefully you guys are in regardless, but what would it mean to you as a coach, and what do you think it would mean to your players?
Well, it's less to me than it is to them. You know, I tell them all the time, it's your life, boys, you know. And I'd love for them to feel what winning like. They felt terrible last year. I mean, they've thought about it all year long. And now we're going to see if they can take that feeling and turn it into positive action. I feel good about where they are. I feel good that they're starting to get better. I feel good that it's great to have Max back, you know, and being a positive factor. So we're going to be competitive. I promise you that. But in the final analysis, man, it's going to come down to a putt, just like Sergio's or just like anything. It's going to come down to a crucial time. And none of us know yet who is going to stand up and who isn't.
Well, Coach, we greatly appreciate your time, and good luck as the championship gets underway.